Yes. So what happens is the legend. People sometimes pronounce it as legend. It's not legend. It's legend. 16-year-old Elsie Wright and her 10-year-old cousin Frances Griffiths live together in Cottingley, on the outskirts of Bradford, West Yorkshire, England. Outskirts, in the village areas or in the countryside. In July 1917, Elsie borrowed her father's camera to take a picture. When the film was developed later in her father's darkroom, Elsie's parents were in for a surprise. The picture that she had taken was of Frances, her cousin, with a troop of fairies dancing in front of her. You know what are fairies? Pari are called fairies. Her father did not think the photograph was real. So a month later, Frances took a picture of Elsie. Now, Frances is taking a picture of Elsie, which clearly showed her playing with a gnome. A gnome is a legendary dwarf, It's called, they are like magical people. Dwarfs, short height people. Dwarfs, like, they're supposed to take care of the world's treasures, which is all beneath them. They are like type of genies type of thing. That she's playing with a gnome. Mr. Wright, the father of Elsie, did not believe it again. He was not convinced. But 2 years later, but 2 years later, the famous author Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, creator of Sherlock Holmes, printed the first two pictures in Strand magazine 1920. He believed that fairies did exist, and the photographs caused a worldwide sensation. Okay, so in 1920, Sir Arthur arranged for Elsie and Frances to once again be given a camera and left on their own in a small creek. Creek is a passage in the seaside, ocean beaches, on the shore. If you have stones or caves or anything, it's a creek where you can go inside. It's a pathway where water goes in and comes out. You can go inside the creek. But when the water tide comes up, the creek gets filled up, sometimes, and you are not able to, you might drown inside. The results were 3 more photos of the fairies. Results came, more photographs of the fairies. Sir Arthur later published these 3 pictures in 1920 and in 1922 wrote a book called The Coming of the Fairies. Now people started believing, people started becoming inquisitive, people were starting to know what is this going on. Fairies in true life. They are seeing it in the pictures. Now this is what actually happened, the rest of the story. That is the legend, what actually happened. Why are they remembered for? The legend of Cottingley fairies has been told in a number of popular magazines and children's books over the years. Some people thought the pictures were genuine, some did not. In the 1960s, new ways of examining photographs brought them more into question. Elsie was very vague. Vague means not fit, not fit for that picture, or she was not appropriate for that part, or she was not suiting that part. Vague, useless, vague, out of the way, out of the world, vague about the whole thing. She did not know, or you can say vague in this part of the place is, what do you say? uh, uncertain, undefinite of the character which was being played in her photographs. It's been a long time, 1917 and 1960s. In 1966, she was quoted as saying she had photographed figments of my imagination. And in 1971, on BBC TV in England, she said that she just wanted to leave the subject open. Now, this is very contradicting. This is where people become suspicious. She is saying that figments, the things which have left into the mind of the people. In 1966, she just quoted by saying she had photographed figments, memories. Photographed figments, it might be real or might not be real, what people thought, of my imagination. That was her imagination. She quoted in the TV. There are photographed figments which may be real, someone believes to be real, but that does not exist, but it only exists in their imagination. She had photographed figments of her imagination. Means her imagination had got the photographs, which is not possible. Then in the TV she said that she just wanted to leave the subject open. She wanted people to research on it. She wanted people to ask questions on it, to make it a issue. 1976, during a YTV calendar interview, Frances, now 69, and Elsie, now 75, were asked, "Did you in any way fabricate those photographs?" Fabricate means, did you make any improvisation on that? Have you created something out of those photographs? Did you make something inside it to change the photographs? Because in the 1960s way of examining photographs, people had come to know that there is something wrong in it. What is a true photograph and what is there inside it and what is made up could be seen. Editing has been done, is type of fabricate, you can say, change. Elsie answered firmly, "Of course not." Frances' answer was interesting. Now, Frances is the cousin. Frances' answer was interesting. "You tell us how she could do it, and then we will tell you. Remember, she was 16 and I was 10. Like a fool, she opened her mouth. You tell us, how do you think she has done it? If there is fabrication, you tell us how has she done it. Remember, and then I will tell you. Remember, she was 16, I was 10. That means she has the more interest in doing than more than me. In 1982, Geoffrey Crawley, then the editor of the British Journal of Photography, examined what he thought were the original negatives. He said that the midge Midge is a camera company or a model style camera that was used by the girls could not have produced such clear negatives. There was something fishy inside. A closer examination of the negatives showed that they had been retouched, improved, or some repairing has been done on those negatives to make the fairies more defined. The popular version of the photos that was being presented in the press and books was fraudulent. Means it was not real. There was some changes in it. In the article Times of London for March 18th, 1983, 73-year-old Frances Griffith admitted that the pictures were faked, it was not true. 82-year-old Esli Wright Hill at first refused to comment, but in the second article on April 4th, she confirmed that it had all been a hoax. They had cut out figures of fairies drawn by Elsie, stood them up with hat pins, and photographed them with them near it. She is sitting there like a fairy dressed up. Someone else is taking the picture with fins and blades and dressed up and all with pins and all. They accepted that it was a hoax. But the whole world went in. It was a hoax, means it was just for fun's sake they had done it, which was really very bad. So this is all about a story. What happens, how people get hoaxed, how people start thinking. There was many things here. So it is written here, the mystery of the Cottingley fairies has been finally solved. One of the sisters has admitted that the photographs with the fairies were actually faked and there was no real fairies. In an interview in the leading journalist, 73-year-old Frances Griffith admitted that pictures were faked. Her sister Elsie later confirmed the same and said they had cut out figures of fairies drawn by Elsie and stood them up with hat pins and later photographed them. The mystery of the Cottingley fairies was long being debated for credibility and truth. Various means were used to ascertain the truth behind the photographs with the fairies. During one examination of the negatives, Geoffrey Crawley, then the editor of British Journal of Photography, found that the photographs have been retouched. He also made a few other observations, of which, however, did not conclusively end the mystery. Francis' admission explains the mystery behind the Cottingley fairies without doubt. Sometimes, useless things happen. We don't know to get the truth. Okay? And that's the time when all things go wrong. We try to do something and it becomes very wrong. So these are the things happen. So try and read the chapter once yourself and get to know the word meanings which are there in the book. If you find anything problem, write it down in your copy and keep it for me. Rest you will do the question answers, the true and false, think and answer, and see what you can solve and what you cannot solve. As far as I have explained, you will be able to solve everything. Okay? So till then, take care, be good, stay at home and take care of your family and your parents and do some physical activity instead of your mobile. Mobile only used for your internet. That's only for Google. If you need Google, otherwise don't go to any other website. You just use your dictionary. That is enough for your studies. Okay? So take care, goodbye, God bless. Bye bye.